What up, what up, what up? How is it going?
Hello guys, it's good to see you.
Yeah, it's been too long, it's been too long.
I know.
Oh my gosh, it's been wordless. I mean, you can't really even express the feeling of how it has kind of been going lately. It's been going amazing, to put it in the very least form.
It's literally just like, is this happening? This is happening. It's happening.
Yeah, no, seriously, like pure serendipity. Just moments of grace, moments of this feels absolutely so right. And I think I explained that in the last video. And it's just, it continues to happen. It's just back to back to back. And it feels unreal. So let's get into this. Basically, what I wanted to talk about is the add-on to multiple sources of income, right? Basically with that, so that's very, very important and super essential because the whole thing is after you figured out what you connect with the things that you enjoy to do in making money, right? Because we talked about how you can be an artist, you could sell your art, you could be a photographer, etc. Different things. You could like doing surveys, you could like doing a bunch of different ways that can make you money. Right. But ones that we kind of came down to, that we enjoy to do, is we like selling things, right?
I'm gonna sell clothes on my back, you want them?
Yeah, take it. But selling things in the idea of, so you have flipping vehicles. All right, great. You have selling items that maybe you acquired, people, okay, so listen, this is crazy, but people give away free things all the time. And what's cool is you could pick those up, turn them away from a profit. They're just inconveniencing them. They're taking up space. Yeah. And so there's just different ways, basically. And so with that, though, we need to have multiple because the whole thing is that some of those may not work. Like we consider those couple things to be what we enjoy to do to make money. But the whole thing is right now we haven't made a dime from it. But it's what we know already what we enjoy to do. Also, the reason why you want to have multiple sources of income is when you kind of start to understand money. This is sort of something, to now be able to introduce is here soon, we are going to start to do Snap meetings. Super Networking Accelerates Progress, baby. It's going to be meetings that we host and that we bring different young, motivated entrepreneurs who are just all interested in the business life and the entrepreneur life and what it entangles. And basically, we understand that there's going to be different people at different spectrums of this, process. And so that's what's going to be very cool is people can talk about what they're facing, different challenges, and just be able to discuss and kind of inform and just gain knowledge. One thing that I wanted to mention with that is the fact that we are going to do seminars, where we have topics that we talk about and we go a little bit more into depth, different people's understandings, just different perspectives, and that is the key. Perspective is key.
Yes.
And one thing about money is that money depreciates. Money can be printed, and we know that. And this happened in 1971 whenever the dollar got taken off the gold standard. And so whenever that happened, money can be printed, and the only reason that money is, I'm reading the book Fake by Robert Kiyosaki. The main reason that money is printed is because people like you and people like us were willing to work for it. Because we're willing to keep working for money that really has no value. And if you understand where money came from, money was just a, medium of exchange, okay? Money depreciates in value. So if you're working for something that constantly depreciates, that doesn't really make sense because eventually you're going to have to work harder and longer for the same amount of money, if not less. That's problematic.
That's where multiple sources of income come in. Because next thing you know it, like I watched a video just the other day, and this man was talking about how he had just started with one property, like a small little $60,000 property down in Orlando, and he actually was able to get another loan, got another one just like it, sold both of those, bought one bigger, got a 24 unit, got a 36 unit. Next thing you know, he has 136 rental properties on top of his, broker business, on top of his rental business, and it's just next thing you know it, there's so many sources of income coming in, and you have someone taking care of that. You could tell someone that's living there, I need you to help take care of this. I'll take this much off your rent, this, that, and the other. Yep. It's just so many details that you can actually access that will provide so much more for you. Mm-hmm. So it's really exciting.
Yeah.
Also, today we met this one guy, which is super cool. He's probably gonna watch this and be like, hey, I'm that one guy.
Yeah.
But
Johnny D.
Yeah.
Shout out to Johnny D.
But it was really cool because we were just at a little store, and he was just like, Kyle dropped us. He's like, you mind if I drop my business cards here? And the owner was like, yeah, no, welcome yourself, And Johnny D had heard it or whatever, maybe so or something. But he saw him and he picked one up, and we had a really good conversation with him. I asked him what he was doing. He ended up being a realtor. It's just these little conversations that you would imagine to be nothing. Talk to the person next to you. If you're at a restaurant and some lady's on your phone, chat her up. She might be the richest person that you'd ever know, honestly. Yep. And even if she's not, she might have knowledge that holds you from being the richest person that you ever would even think about being,
Exactly.
So that's really important. Also, having that self-confidence is so important in the scheme of things, because we were looking at it earlier. The way it works is there's many steps to this process. This isn't like our starting point. Like, we started a little bit back ago by increasing our self-confidence, increasing our knowledge from books, increasing our, standards from podcasts, not allowing ourselves to suit back to, like, old habits and things that just really deteriorate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, taking a bath isn't nothing. I enjoy taking my baths. But,
Take your bath, babe.
Like, just sitting there on your, phone doing nothing, paying attention to just junk, it's just not useful. You eventually start to love watching podcasts. You love watching this and the other.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of my girlfriends, and she's like, Logan, I want to figure out how to do this, And I'm like, what you should do? I'm like, what are you good at? She's like, I'm really good at art. And I'm like, what you should do is just connect with someone and be like, I'll draw your animals for $20. I'll do this for that, or walk their dogs for $100 a week, like something so simple. And next thing you know, you have multiple sources of small income, and you're training your brain.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing, and I feel like that's so important to focus into.
Yeah.
So.
We were talking about earlier, how elusive the process of becoming an entrepreneur, like, where do you find that? Okay, listen,
yes,
I haven't searched it up, but basically, you look up anywhere how to make money or whatever. It's not like entrepreneurship is like the top search result.
A good one,
Yeah, it's not like, it doesn't tell you really what an entrepreneur is. And I wasn't even sure of what that really encompassed until even recently. We don't know where it starts. We don't know where it ends. And that's why I feel like starting this and documenting it and really having you along for the experience to really show just how this goes. And whenever you start, when you don't know what you're looking for until you know what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Love to say that. And so when you turn on the site to start, identifying this, we looked at it, and that's where we realized, okay, we didn't just start this entrepreneurship mindset. We just quit our jobs, which is which is huge, which is it's a step in, it's a leap of faith, really.
And the cool thing is, some of you guys might be at the mark where you can start this stuff, and that's the reason we're broadcasting this. It doesn't take much.
No.
It just took us a lot of kahunas to actually get into this stuff. And now that we're into it and we see how simple it is, that's why we're like, whoa, guys.
And someone's got to do it.
So, very exciting.
Exactly. And so, with someone's doing it, you can kind of see where it's going. So that's what I'm saying. So with the idea, now that there's some lights on the stones ahead, you're not just going to be jumping into the abyss of nothingness. This is really almost like a step-by-step process of how it goes. So it's invigorating. It's exciting. This has been the most amount of bliss that I've experienced in so long. Just such a level of freedom, and just so much more to come, and I'm excited.
One more thing. I've heard a ridiculous amount of people go, I'm just not right for it. Guess who else used to say that? You are what you say you are. You are what you tell yourself you are.
Yes,
It's
right,
so important
Yeah.
to just recognize that you are capable of physically anything. And
Yeah.
our brain wants to relax. We are not made to fight against things. So therefore, you have to try hard. And it is so possible. But we're not meant to do it. So it's just not like anybody can do it, because everybody could do it, everybody could do it.
Right.
You know, but it's so possible. You know, it's just, you have to reprogram your brain and just focus in on your ultimate goal. Find an ultimate goal too, you know, because for the longest, man, I went from psychology to this to that, you know. At one point I was considering nursing. You know, it's just a mess, you know. So you have to really dial in what makes you the happiest. You know,
Yeah.
I've said this like 6 times already, guys. You know, I'm quite down with that stuff, but happiness is key. Like, it's seriously so important. We actually watched a podcast today that was talking about how, you know, all kinds of people will affect each other in different ways. You know, you have no idea who you're affecting. You know, like, when I was working at Bonefish, I could have, you know, saved somebody from something, you know, I don't know, just, like, it's so important to realize, you know, like, just, like, how many people you run into and
Yeah.
how many days, people's day you could make, you know.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. And then this is, I think, one of the finest goals of entrepreneurship. I mean, because at the end of the day, not only are you trying to, you know, be financially comfortable, but I think this is where we start to figure out and define what success means.
Right.
Because, you know, yeah, you want to have money, but you also, the goal is always to work less and to make more.
Yes.
You know, so yes, but then what do those give you the ability to do?
Yes,
'Cause, like,
yes,
when you
yes.
get there, what do you do with that? You know, because
You have a bunch
honestly,
of free time.
yeah, one thing that is really driving this entire thing is the fact that we're opening eyes and that we're helping people
Yeah.
that feel so locked into this system. And that was me. That was us. That was a lot of you.
Like, you might be able to, you will, let me say this, you will affect the people around you, the people around those people, the people around those people's.
Yeah.
Like, you have no
Yeah,
clue.
exactly.
And that's what we're starting to realize. You know, I'm having people message me from, I haven't talked to in 10 years.
Crazy.
I would never have expected to affect their life, and
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
And that is such it's way over any sort of money I could ever receive.
Exactly.
And
Right.
that's the biggest thing, you know, because, like, even after we're like, you know, like, you work less to make more, and you're like, well, what else do I do? You help more people. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I
Yeah.
also suggest Tony Robbins. He really touches in on how important just, like, you know, emotional, you know, dignity there is
Being
in this.
selfless.
Yeah, in this, like, world, you know. It's really, really important. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we could come and talk to you guys. Anything else, Kyle?
I'm golden.
Cool,
Golden
cool.
State.
It's really cool seeing you guys. This is episode 4 and day 4 and 5. So we'll
Yeah.
be come back 6 and 7. We're gonna do it by 2 days. So, you know, you guys have to miss us for a day. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
we're trying to build up the, you know.
I love it.
Where are they at, you
Give them
know?
our secret.
But yeah, guys, we're really excited to see you guys again, and we look forward to answering all your guys' questions. So I'll talk to you guys in
2 days.
on Sunday. Cool, guys. I'll see you guys later. All right.
Sweet.
Bye.
All right.